What's up YouTube? Brian Fagioli here. I have not made a video in a while and I'm finally back in 2018 looking to support my channel with some new content. And today I have a dash camera that I'm going to unbox from a company called Yi, Y-I, and this is a 1080p dash cam. And what's really cool about this is it's very inexpensive. So it's a 1080p dash cam that goes for like $39.99 on Amazon. And I'll put a link on where to buy it in the description. But for 40 bucks, you can have a dash cam in your car that can record if you get into an accident, if there's a crime being committed. I mean, you could be like a superhero with this thing, like helping out the police. Like, you know, you see a crime in process in front of you and your camera's recording it. If someone tries to attack you, your camera's recording it. So it's pretty cool to have something like this on your dash that's recording when you're driving. So let's take a look at the outside of the box. And it's pretty plain. It's white. It has this red banding around it. Let's see what the back says. So 1080p does 30 frames per second. And again, this isn't like super high quality. It's not 4K, doesn't do 60 frames per second, but you don't need anything super high-end for a dash cam. At least you really shouldn't. Let's see, ultra-wide angle lens, super high sensitivity image sensor. Okay, so max resolution, of course, is 1920 by 1080 since this is a 1080p camera. It does either 720p or 1080p at 30 frames per second. 130 degrees, sound, built-in microphone and speaker. Okay, so it does record sound. It has a speaker built in, I guess, for playback. It does H.264 encoding. Let's see, it weighs only 2.5 ounces. Storage, so you need an 8 to 64 gigabyte class 10 or above with FAT32 format. It says up to 64 gigabytes. I wouldn't be surprised if you go above that and use maybe like 128 or something, but I think I do have a 64 gigabyte card that I'm going to use in this. I believe there's no onboard storage, so if you don't have any storage to add into this, it basically doesn't do anything. So you have to add a micro SD card as well. So $39.99 gets you the camera, but there's no storage. So, but storage is pretty darn cheap. I mean, for 10 bucks, you can get a decent sized card nowadays. So the product name, the official name is the Yi Smart Dash Camera, and the model number is YCS.1817, and it is manufactured by Shanghai Xiao Technology in Shanghai, China. Alright, so let's go ahead and unbox this finally. So I do have my trusty knife here, of course. And the box is set up in such a way that I'm just going to kind of cut like so. Cut like so. And just peel back the plastic. And this red cardboard band I'm thinking should slide off, and it does. And it ripped open too. And let's go ahead and just get this box opened. Okay. So the first thing we see is the actual dash camera. And it's surprisingly, it's really, really small. It's really nice. It does have a screen in the back and some easy controls. There's me reflecting. So we have record, looks like a playback, a settings and power button. I'm not sure what this button does. Maybe still photo. I'm not sure exactly what that does. On the top here, there's some kind of, I'm not sure what that is. There is plastic. I'll peel off the plastic. And there's plastic on the lens. We'll peel that off as well. On the bottom, we can see it says Yi Smart Dash Camera. Power input 5 volts. On the side here is where the micro SD card goes. This looks like maybe the microphone and speaker are up on the top. It uses micro USB for power. And there's a reset button here, I guess if you want to reset to factory settings. Alright, let's see what else is in the box. That's nothing. So let's see, pull this whole thing out. What do we have? We have a booklet which teaches you how to use it. It does loop recording, which I believe basically means it'll record over the prior, when the card fills up, it'll basically start overwriting the old video files. because you're not. I mean, it's footage of you driving. It's not like it's footage of like Christmas morning that you want to save forever. You're only going to want to save these videos if something interesting happens. So you're not going to, you know, basically if something interesting happens, you would that day take the card out, upload it to your computer, put the card back in. You don't need to like be filling up cards and saving them. I mean, it's just you driving in the streets. Only if something interesting happens. But this booklet does show how to use everything. How to charge it, how to install the mobile client. Let's see. Oh, you can actually upgrade the firmware on the camera as well through the app. So it looks like through the app, I guess maybe through Bluetooth, through your phone, you can upgrade the firmware. There's a lot of different settings you can see there in the picture as well. What else do we have here? We see a warranty booklet. Thank you for choosing Yi, Y-I. So they have their website, how to email them, some of their other products such as a dome camera, a digital camera, and a drone. We have a YI. Again, thank you for choosing YI. Yi. Love Yi. You can follow them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, YouTube. You can go to their website. You can email them. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so this is the mount. So it doesn't mount onto like glass. It doesn't come with like a fancy mount. I guess up here is where it locks in. Does it go like so? Yep, so now that's locked in. And this sticky part you would mount onto either your window, onto your dash. Right, does it go like so? Yeah, I guess so. So it's like an adhesive. It's not like a glass suction cup. I suppose you could probably add on a suction cup type mount if you wanted to, but this is, let's see, this screws off here. You can adjust this however you want to do it, and you can mount this using this adhesive 3M tape, and you're going to mount this in your car, maybe on your roof, from the roof through your dash. There's different ways you can mount this guy. So you can mount that in the car using this mount here. Also, we have a micro USB cable, which is actually really long. It's a long cable to thin cable. It is like a 90-degree angled cable as well, which you could plug in like so. Does it go the other way? It goes the other way, which is kind of weird because anyway, yeah, because you'd think that, you know, you wouldn't want the angle to, because this is the way the camera would be straight up, right? Because I mean, that's how the writing is, that's how the controls are. You would think that you'd want it. It's weird. All right, I'm just gonna check the booklet. I'm assuming that, let's see, does it show how to mount this guy? Yeah, it does show here. So it's basically the 90-degree wire goes up like so. I mean, it's meant to be charged, not to be always plugged in, but you could plug it in as well. Now it shows on here USB. Oh, there is. Okay, so yeah, also in the box is a USB car charger. I was about to say I'm missing a piece, but no, that was in the box as well. So you can charge this in the car. It'll hold a charge, or I mean, you could just leave it plugged in, I suppose, in like an AC mode. But so you'd imagine you'd plug this end in here. USB Type A to micro USB. This would mount. And again, I would almost think I'd want to mount it. I don't know. I'm trying to think the best way to mount this. I don't know that I would want this mounted on the glass. I guess you could with the adhesive. That could go like so. See, I'd almost think I'd want to mount it like this, facing outwards. But then is the video going to be upside down? Some interesting questions here, folks, that we'll have to look into. I don't know if does this show how to mount it? Oh, it does. Okay. Mount bracket to the tie-in. So, yeah, so it wants you to mount it. It wants you to mount it, let's see, going up, the power cable. Okay, so that does kind of make sense then. So what it wants you to do is to route the wire upwards around your car. That's why it's like a long cable. And it shows it like mounted to either the glass or maybe like on the rear view mirror. So you could actually put this on the rear view mirror. So let's see, how would we want to do that? How does this come off? It's tricky to do once it's on there, but so I guess it would be like this. I would turn it, this part would go in the back of my rear view mirror, this would face out, and when you're done recording, you could pop out the SD card, or you could take the whole camera inside and use it to then watch content. I don't know if there's any power from the factory. Let's see what happens if I hold the power button. Nothing? Yeah, it looks like maybe there's no power even from the factory, so I might have to charge it first. But again, you can either charge it or, I guess, hook it up to your car. Let's see, charging it. Yeah, so it actually has a charger, so you can also either leave it plugged into your car lighter, or you can charge it like at home micro USB before plugging it in. You have different options here. But once again, this is the Yi Dash Action Camera. It's $39.99, which is insanely inexpensive. At that price, for a 1080p dash cam, there really is no excuse not to have a dash cam for 40 bucks. But of course, like I said, you do have to add a micro SD card, but those are like 10 bucks. Like, go on Amazon for like $10, $15, you can get yourself a nice size card. And with the loop recording, you don't need anything too huge either. You may even have a micro SD card laying around. Maybe you have an old Android phone you pulled an SD card out of or something. So that is my unboxing video. I'm gonna test this out and hook it up in my car and drive around and get some really boring footage. Hopefully maybe something exciting, but probably boring because I take the same route to work Monday through Friday, and on the weekends I go to the grocery store. It's a boring life, but the dash cam might find something interesting. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. Have a great day, and if you do like them, please subscribe, comment on them, share them with your friends. Yeah, you know, cool. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.